What's up with it, man? It's the boy Pushmanmitch, the host of the No Fluff podcast. I'm back again with the money team. Oh my God, this is a real unit right here. We got Tee and Farah going crazy with the tax scene. What's popping, y'all? Welcome to the pod.
Let's get it.
Thank you for having us.
You already know I like the financially lit.
That's right.
I know we're trying to do something, man.
Yeah,
Oh, we
you
got
know.
your little something.
Yeah.
Okay, well shit.
You got your little something, bro.
Hey, look,
man.
hey, they told me I got to get better at receiving. You feel me? Because, every now and
Got your
again,
little something, man.
let me see what we got. What's in the drip package?
Yeah,
You know, it's
Oh, we
cool.
financially lit.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I am a platinum plus type player.
You know.
You
You know.
Hold up.
Got a couple other little
Okay, water bottle. Okay,
water
yeah.
bottles.
Hold on, wait.
Hydrated.
You know what I mean?
Stress ball.
You gotta have a ball. Yo, you know what I mean? A nigga like me is a baller, so I do need a ball. Appreciate that, y'all, for
no
real.
doubt, man.
That's dope, man. All right, okay, guys. So look, we gotta tell them about y'all,
That's right.
so they don't know. We are real friends in real life.
Right.
So, everybody
No
that comes to
fluff.
the show isn't always my real friend. So I got to fluff a little bit. No, I'm just joking. But, y'all are awesome. I use y'all as motivation all the time. In particular, T has been doing this thing forever. I mean, he probably one of the first people who had the i8 out here on the streets.
Yes.
Then you had to come back this year and get the i8 Roadster. Insult to injury. We already know you got the Huracan. You got the Wraith. You got a Range Rover. You got the house.
Hybrid Range Rover.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah.
Help
Energy
us.
efficient.
Please help us. Help us, guys. We just trying to play catch up. But the
Stop
cool
it.
thing about it is, man, y'all always been so humble too with y'all swag.
Right.
And by humble, I mean y'all got to make less of yourself because I'm not humble.
Right.
Y'all got to be around people who not getting it like y'all,
Right.
and then act like y'all not getting it like y'all getting it.
Right,
That
right,
shit
right.
Is that hard?
A little. Well, I think we've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten used to it. We would kind of steal away, just us, and go shopping.
Uh-huh.
And just like steal away.
Yeah. We
Yo, it's a real
Go
thing.
shopping
Yeah.
in public. We
Yeah.
were like, with our friends, if we would go on vacation or go out, we would just like, all right, let's just me and you go. Like,
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, we do
it's
that.
a real thing. Y'all
Yeah.
people really got to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
So-
don't want people to feel bad, right?
Uncomfortable.
That you go into a store and you spend 10.
Or if you are going with some friends, you got to probably got to buy them something or whatever.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Do y'all normally have to pay for like the dinners and stuff when y'all go out?
All the time.
We normally do. I mean, we normally nice people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
in
So
general.
it's just like that's just part
Y'all
of
like to do that, also,
right.
but also y'all feel obligated to do it.
Well.
Because sometimes we may
Yeah.
go out to dinner with individuals which we probably know people's finance.
Yeah.
So sometimes we just offer to kind of do it since it's on
And we don't
total.
want to have an awkward moment when the
Right.
bill comes.
Right. Like, oh,
I don't
like-
let's
that's
go
why
ahead
I
and
grab
separate
it.
the
That's
bill.
why I grab
You know
it.
what I mean? $25
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
weird
I already had
Yeah.
water.
Like,
Like
we
it's
just had a great time,
Right.
and now we about to be like,
yeah, nickel
you had
and
the salad
diamond.
in the water,
Right.
and I'll be like, yo, this is really
Wow. No,
My
me
whole mood
too.
is
I prefer that. But 2021 was a great year to be having business lunches.
Yeah.
Cause why is that?
Everything is a tax.
It's right off.
But yeah.
IRS gave 100%
Yes.
for dinners and meals.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's
Save those receipts.
Yes. And if you are savvy from watching the show,
Whoop, whoop,
and I'm
whoop.
sure you can get those points on your credit card. Your business
Absolutely.
credit card.
Yeah.
Absolutely, possibly. Hey, nah, that's the thing, man. A lot of us are victims of what we don't know.
Right.
So in particular, even though we are being the person who ends up paying a bill, we'll be able to write it off under our
Yeah.
business.
Correct. Exactly.
Especially when we're talking about business, because that's what we talk about every
Right.
time we sitting down or
Facts.
even speaking.
Facts.
So every one of my meals better be rolled off,
Right,
dog.
right.
I'll be on the phone eating. I'm talking about business right then. That's a business meeting with
There you go.
somebody.
There you
But
go.
at the end of the day, like you said, it's important to keep your receipts. You got to document the process. You feel
Facts.
me?
That's probably the biggest fucking headache. Can I curse? Can you curse?
Hell yeah, cussing this motherfucker.
Like, that's probably the biggest headache being in the tax industry. People don't keep record. Bookkeeping
No.
is trash. They don't keep record of nothing.
A lot of
They want
business
to write
owners.
everything off with no record.
Yep.
Like, how do you say I made $100,000? I want to write off $80,000.
Damn.
Yeah. So if we get people that say they made it, they made 100,000, but they want to write off everything and also get a refund
And
too.
then buy a house.
Yeah, then turn around and be like, hey, listen, also too, I want to buy a house in the summertime. What? That's not possible. How you
Wow.
gonna write off everything? Now you gonna tell the banks
The
that
bank gonna run.
Yeah,
They gonna close
what?
the doors. They nigga, what?
That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry, can I say- I'm sorry, sister.
You say we can curse.
Oh yeah, this is no fluff the podcast. We gotta keep
It's
it.
no fun. We gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it
Okay.
real.
We gotta
keep
be
it real.
100% funky on this joint.
Like,
Yeet
don't
it.
do that, okay? Guys, do not do that. I know that was the name of the game years ago. People will be like, all right, I'm going to keep my income low. I'm going to put all these expenses on my Schedule C to get money for the kids. That's
Right.
normally how the game most people try to do, right?
Right.
Because for kids, you get earned income credit, child tax credit.
Right.
So what people do, if you're a W-2 or you would create income, right? I got a business and then put a whole bunch of expenses on there. IRS is not going for that anymore. And now we're trying to be more financially savvy.
Right.
You cannot buy a house because, like you said, if your income, whether you're a W-2
Financially lit.
employee, yeah, you're trying to be financially lit.
There you go.
You're a W-2 employee or self-employed and you make $100,000 and you're like, oh, you know what? I want to draw my income down to $50,000, $30,000. Well, the house you can get approved for $30,000. You're not gonna want to live there, right?
Nope.
Because the bank is only going to say, well, you can't afford $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 house. You can only afford $30,000 house. That's a shell. In some places, that ain't
Right.
crap.
Yeah, but a lot of people just don't understand. They be like, "Oh no, but I made money though." But you understand, like once you write it off, you got to show the bank that you can afford to pay this house. You know, most
Right.
people don't understand that. So
And they
we have to
jacking themselves
constantly
up.
always explain to clients over and over and over.
You got to put your
about
money
that.
on the books.
Yes, you have to. Yeah.
All right, so my bad. I didn't even let y'all introduce yourself. We got so good, so
Oh,
quick.
shit,
no,
my
we
bad.
just went
My
in
bad.
So-
my bad.
so-
I didn't.
Right.
You know,
So clearly, these guys know a lot about taxes and businesses and expenses and write-offs, but we don't know why.
Let's take it
Yeah,
back.
think about it, my bad. We started going in.
Why should everybody follow y'all and know who y'all are? What do y'all provide? What type of information do y'all give out on a daily basis?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You going?
Yeah.
I'm going. All right. So basically, we do taxes. We have several companies, Tax Dragon Pro, which is our tax software, right? We also help other people get into the tax industry. So, and we're one of the only black companies that have our own software.
Right.
So basically, like H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, they use their own software. Or like Drake, what's another
Tax
software?
layer.
Tax Layer. We have our own called Tax Dragon Pro. Then we also do taxes. This is the house that taxes built. We've been doing taxes since 2014. Over 22 years combined.
12 years, 10 years for fair.
And we have grown. Our business has grown. We've processed over 2021. I think we had
2,500 tax clients.
2,500 tax clients.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
All across the United States.
Yes. Different issues, different drama. So we've seen a lot. We've seen the trends.
You've seen a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. It could tell. We've seen things change over the years with people's finances, with people's education and knowledge, which is great. I mean, we couldn't have this conversation and talk about taxes 4 years ago. People would be like, I don't care.
Right, that's true.
You know, we would try to tell them what you need to do with your taxes. Don't write this off or do it. People wouldn't care. They're like, no, I just want a big refund.
Right.
So it's like now the community as a whole is trying to pour into this whole financial space.
Yeah.
So it actually makes our job a little easier because
Yeah.
they're hearing it from more than one place.
Right.
Right. So
Especially
it's
when
not they're not first hearing it from y'all.
Right.
Correct.
Especially
Correct.
knowing about credit. I think it was crazy because we also do credit repair also too. Credit enhancement. So it's
Gotta say it.
Whatever you want to kind of call it.
Yeah.
But that first year of COVID, we seen such an increase in people wanting to get their credit done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like people really started understanding the whole thing about finance, and it's just like it made us a whole lot easier too.
Yes.
Right. So y'all see what happened during the pandemic?
Yeah.
So like what happened during the pandemic is something that they didn't account for.
Right.
They didn't think that people would like sit
Self-educate.
down. Yeah,
Self-educate,
because
yeah.
but they was
Had to.
forced to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they couldn't have no money. They was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I got to start thinking about doing
Yes.
other things.
Nothing was open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you do that, you force people to get out of their own box
Yep.
Yes.
and start saying, okay, well, shit. And then they actually made a couple dollars. Now they having trouble hiring people now
Yeah.
because people making money by themselves. You got little teenagers going crazy right now.
I mean, even for us, I mean, we've been in the business, and it's hard to find people. I think
Good help.
just the other side of running a business, hiring help, is very difficult. When to hire, when to fire. I mean, we didn't have that. Like trying to structure and set up people,
Right.
right? You know, like I'm HR. Like you gotta come to my office if you late, right?
Right. For
I gotta
real.
write you up.
Nah,
You know what I'm
for real.
saying? Then we gotta pay employee tax. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like we didn't know anybody in that space that can manage that.
Correct.
Mm.
We had
You
to,
know what I
we had to really we had to learn everything by ourselves.
We got labor
We
posters.
didn't have
I gotta be OSHA compliant.
we didn't have
Crazy.
no type of mentor that was over saying, listen,
Yeah.
this is the way you need to do it. We
Yeah.
had to literally learn everything the hard way, the ups and the downs. Like, okay, cool, jump over this. Well, okay, cool, we can't do that. We learn everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so what's the benefits of having employees and what's the benefits of not having employees? Because we just talked about, our brother Virgil not hiring people and he doing everything in-house,
Right.
which he prefers. Shout out to my brother Virgil.
Yeah.
But what's the benefits of having employees and what would be a benefit to not having them?
I would say personally, and I tell this to any business owner, you are not going to grow and scale your business if you don't hire help. And literally, I had to learn that too firsthand. Firsthand experience, no lie, inside me working, doing taxes. Because my mind, in the beginning, I was like, first to be like, I used to work on my return. I'd be like, I could do this myself.
You want to do everything.
I used to have preparers inside the office. I'd be like, nah. I was like, in my mind, I was just like, why would I pay? Because at that time, I was paying my preparers $50 per return. I was just like, well, if I got to give it to them, pay $50, I can just do it myself. Then I was like, I might as well keep the money for myself. But now after a time, Farah was like, no, we can do more stuff if you pass it to them. Now you can work on something else. But I had to learn that,
Right.
But I had to learn it over time. But most people too, especially with business owners, they feel like I gotta keep all the money for myself.
Facts.
Like I don't want to share. But tell them for experience, you will not be able to grow your business if you don't hire help. I tell you that, no lie.
It's very, very hard to scale.
Very hard.
So
Without help, it's impossible.
Impossible.
And that's why most tax professionals kind of loom around that 300 mark.
Yeah.
Because you can't do personally more than 300
By yourself.
returns unless you
Gotta
that's
hire
crazy. You got to be a machine.
Right.
So most times they kind of hover over 300. So to go to the next level, you got to hire people. You
Right.
got to hire help to get 1,000, 1,500. Because who's going to do all the returns? You got to have a good system in place. And you got to fine tune the system. I mean, we had several different systems. Like we were like, oh, that shit ain't work.
Yep.
That ain't work.
Go.
And trusted people. We've hired people who stole from us. Right?
Yes,
tech,
literally.
any industry, people sometimes don't tell you the other side.
Yeah.
Right.
They like, oh, you're going to make tons of money, which you can.
Yeah.
You're going to do this, you're going to do that. Yeah, but the other side of it is audits. You gotta, how do you, vet the people that's working for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you then fire them? I mean, we
Yeah.
had somebody, we were literally like, we're gonna be the next H&R Block. We're gonna set up shop all over Georgia. We had an office in Decatur, right off Covington Highway.
Yeah.
We had an office in
Jonesboro.
Jonesboro. So the lady who was running our Decatur office was robbing us.
Yes.
Like stealing money.
I mean, this is like someone that we call like family,
Yes.
to be honest with you. It's like
Yes.
she been with us for years at that time.
Right.
Like literally, I bought her a car.
Damn.
Like literally.
She was bringing money though.
Yeah.
She personally would do like 400 clients.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he was like, we're gonna get you a car, girl.
Right. So
But that wasn't enough.
yeah. So you just gotta be really be mindful, especially in the space and you growing your business. Be mindful of the people that you have around you.
Yeah, but you can't let that slow you, deter you away. Because we're like, no, we still can't process all the returns, right?
Yep.
Even though it's like 4 months out the year, I don't want to work that hard no more. I don't want to be in the office from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't want to work that hard, so I gotta find people.
Yep.
We gotta find people. So the VA game.
Woo! Game changer.
Virtual assistants is what they mean, guys. Virtual
Game
assistant.
changer.
Okay, wait, before we go to VAs, I want to touch on something. So y'all hiring employees, right? So in the benefit to hiring the employees, so how does that as far as taxes from your side? Like when you hire someone, you write off the employees that you pay them. Whatever you pay them, you write that off.
Right. So most times, on the tech side, usually get paid hourly or per return. So when we first started off, we were paying people per return, right? $50 a return, $100 a return. They would move up, and that's good money for them. So then during tax season, after tax season they get a 1099. The end of the year, we write that off, right? So people have to understand that yes, you're spending money, but it's a write-off. You're saving money, and the more money you make, you have to be able to have write-offs. Because if I say, you know what, I'm going to keep all the money for me, my tax bill, how much I'm pocketing under either my S corp, my K1, or me personally, however you're going to do your income. If you at $500,000, you don't have no contract labor, you don't have no
expenses, no rent, no.
Listen, who wants to then pay the IRS 37% of that or 21% of that, wherever you fall in that tax bracket? 21% of $500,000? Because you was like, well, I want to keep all the money, but instead of you keeping it, you give it to the IRS. But no, I can now scale my business, have employees, pay my employees, right? They're going to do some, I'm going to do some, and guess what? That's a write-off for me. So I'm saving money. So we have to really start thinking about tax planning
Yeah.
and strategy, right? Sometimes, and I understand because in our community we're not there. We're getting there, so we have to think with a different hat. So I understand that a little bit, but we have to like jump over the quarter to get to the dollar. We think too short term. You have to think long term. It's a long game we playing. So if you're like, you know what, I don't want to hire nobody because I want to keep all the money. That's silly. That's backwards because you're going to be paying the IRS more money.
Yeah. You're going to be paying the IRS more money and you're going to make less money.
Yes.
You're going to make less
Facts.
money doing it by yourself
Right.
because at the end of the day, if you break it down in this way, let's just say I know something for a fact that can make $5,000 a month. I know it for sure. Me by myself, I can make that. Now, if I teach you, you can make an additional $5,000 a month. All I got to do is pay you a little piece of the $5,000.
Of course.
And I can hire you too. I make another extra $5,000. I could pay you a piece of it too. And now I'm making $15,000 total profit, but I'm just breaking y'all off maybe.
You're doing less work.
Right, and I'm doing less work. So the cool thing about that is I can hire multiple people to make those $5,000. I make more money. Seems simple, right? But cool thing about it, if I paid y'all, I write that off at the end of the year as well. So that's what people aren't understanding. I wanted to make sure I reiterated that because people literally think, oh, I don't want to scale because just the reasons you were saying. They're trying to keep all the money, but really they want make more money, have more time to think and scale and process it. It gives you the time that you don't have when you're doing all that work. Because then it's going to be to a point where you're like, I ain't doing shit to make the 5,000. I'm gonna let them make all of the 5,000, and I'm gonna just pull back and then pay them and then make it a well-organized system, which is what y'all have done. And y'all got your own tax software, which is super dope.
Yes.
Man, there's certain people that y'all need to be knowing, my boy. Hey, look, but so now y'all start talking about virtual assistants. So virtual assistants is a game changer for everybody. I, in particular, have a few. So let's talk about y'all introduction to VAs and how y'all implemented it.
Listen.
Man.
Tiati was at a dinner.
I was at a dinner.
With people y'all would know.
Yeah.
You know, high performing
Yeah, it was a dinner.
entrepreneurs that's killing it. And they kept talking about VAs.
Right.
Right? And
Matter of
so
fact, we want to say the names or are we doing no fluff? Or?
Yeah, you can shout them out. Shout, they on my homies. Unless it's one of them I don't like, and then I'm gonna just. Nah, I'm just playing.
So literally, we was at dinner, right, with my boy Derek.
D
And-
Hart.
Yep, D Hart. And then we was at dinner with Neo. We was him 500, Marcus, Marcus Rozier, and Brandon.
shoot me.
Brandon shot me.
Shot me. Yep. Shout out to Brandon Shot Me.
Yes, sir.
And all of us, we all went to I went to a nice steakhouse restaurant. And this is my first time ever kind of like really chilling with everybody, whatever. And you know, I'm just kind of like really. Sometimes you get around people. Sometimes you got to be a student. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And literally, I was just sitting there soaking up all the knowledge that they were spitting, and I was just sitting there like, wow. And I said to myself, and I came home to my with Farah, I was just like, it felt good being around people that we all shared the same type of like struggles, you know what I mean? And it was really so amazing because I never really had that
Facts.
being around the other people that I was kind of with or whatever. It was just kind of like us. And it
almost seem like bragging sometimes. You
Yeah.
talk about
And-
like your money, business stressed up.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean?
Right.
But
But
other high performing entrepreneurs, y'all share a similar
Right.
journey.
Yeah. So what they're saying is just like it can be rude to have some conversations around people. who are
Correct,
saying the
correct.
same truth.
Exactly.
I have that problem.
Right.
Like if you're talking about money with someone,
Right.
and they're not on that level, it's like
Yeah.
you're being rude now.
Correct,
You're like, oh
correct.
yeah, you know,
Yeah, some
I
people
only made
understand.
$10,000 a day,
Right.
and they be like, okay, motherfucker, stop playing with me.
Right,
Like I
right.
made that all year,
Yeah.
but I get what you mean.
Yep.
So
Facts. Not to be, but
it's real.
it was just being real. Yep. No fluff.
It's iron sharpens iron. You
Right.
first time being in the iron sharpens iron situation.
Right.
That's how it is for a lot
Right.
of us because we built this circle in Atlanta, and it's a lot of high performing entrepreneurs. We all hang out together, and it's a unique thing, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a gift that we're normally the leaders of our group,
Yes.
Yeah.
and if you're the leaders of the group, you're not really growing either.
Yeah.
You're growing according because it's two of y'all, so y'all two powerful ones, and a lot of times it might be just one.
Yeah.
And that's the dynamic that y'all. We can talk about it later.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, so you was learning about VAs at a table with the squad.
With the squad, everyone literally, this is like my first time ever really hearing about it, right? So, I mean, everyone and literally, no lie, I'll literally just.
And it was like 2 years ago.
No, matter of
3
fact,
years ago?
this had to been just about a year ago.
Oh.
2021.
No, I think
No,
it was
I think
not.
it was 2 years.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, because right now we just entered
2020.
Yeah.
2020.
But it was like December, November of 2019.
No, 2020. It had to be 2020.
2020.
That's when I
2020,
met Neo and them too.
Yeah,
2020.
2020.
So-
There we go, 2020. And we went out, man. So we all like there talking or whatever. I'm just sitting there, just soaking it up. And then they started saying VA. Like, yeah, I got my VA this and a VA that, my VA. And I was just like, all right, apparently this must be a fucking person. I was just like, all right, so let me just sit here and just be quiet because eventually I'm going to understand what the fuck they talking about.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, cool. But then Neil was like, yeah, I bought my VA a house. I said, what the fuck? Like, okay, all right, I'm just still soaking shit in. You know, Marcus talking about his VA, what they doing. I was like, okay, all right, I got to get myself a fucking VA.
For sure.
I said, man, so literally we just sitting there talking about everything or whatever. I'm just literally soaking up everything. I'm just like, wow. So literally, no lie, that day
He came home. He was like, honey.
was a game changer for me.
Real life.
I said, I'm fucking firing everybody. I was
real.
like, what? I was like, man, I started researching VAs or whatever, man.
Yeah.
I was just like,
He was
yo,
on it.
I was on
And
it,
we
man.
downsized. So we moved our office,
Yeah.
and now we in Camp Creek, and we had a 7,000 square foot office.
Yeah.
The whole back of the office was for customer
Customer
service.
Yeah.
Right? Because we knew we had a call center. We had,
Yes.
we got, we have people that need help,
Yeah.
especially with our software. So we were like 6 people in the back, and for American labor, you know
Right.
what I mean. Most of your overhead,
$15, $20 an hour per person.
and they're not as skilled and efficient.
Right.
As the VA.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally, the back of our office now is basically an event space.
Event space.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, before all of this, right? It's like we got this big office, paid $7,000, 7,000 square foot office. We came from Jonesboro, smaller space. But I was like, you know what? I said I wanted to do something good for the community, hire people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but then after a while, I'm just like, damn.
It's like we don't want to be them companies that
Yeah,
outsource.
right. Outsource. But then eventually, after I just kind of, I think we hired like one.
Yeah.
One just to kind of try it out. And I was like, damn, this is good. Like they're efficient.
Yeah.
I hired another one. Then shout out to my boy Ken Collier. I got with Ken. He's like basically the VA GOAT. And I went to him. I got two more from Ken. And right now we got about 8 VAs now.
Mm-hmm.
8.
And I mean, our personal
And they are
assistants,
efficient.
I,
And
I feel like the CEO of Target.
Yes.
Like they be on the phone, yes, boss, taking notes before the meeting ends. I got the video of what just happened and notes taken and sent
Already.
out to all my clients. So
Yep.
if I'm doing a business consultation, they keep me so efficient, and that was the issue. My time.
Yep.
My personal
time
VA
back.
is even. She even does the stuff for me as a mom. I'm also now the co-chair in my son's school. So she sends out all the emails for there, like the reminders. It's called like the home teacher, like the co-chair parent. So you keep up with all the school stuff.
They do everything.
Everything. She sends out all the emails, and they be like, "Oh, Miss Collins, you are so efficient." I be like,
Oh my
"Thank
God.
you."
And that right there is our executive assistant.
Yes, shout
She's
out
amazing.
to Joanna. She's amazing.
All right, so
She make me a
all right,
better
so
wife, mom, and businesswoman.
crazy, mind-blowing stuff happening here. All right, so VA. So now, if somebody wanted to hire VAs like y'all, where would they hire them?
Well, you can go to a couple of different places. You can go to onlinejobs.ph.com.
That's what I used.
I went on there. Basically, I went on there. I went ahead and put up a job ad, and literally, you put up a job ad, you probably want to get like 200, 300 resumes, and then really have to kind of cipher between them, and you pick out the ones you kind of want, do the interviews. Or you can go ahead and go with Ken Collier. He has a whole VA platform. You can go ahead and go with him.
Because we did that way
IHR
first.
buddy.
We went and we hired them, but we ain't have nothing for them to do.
Nothing.
Like we was like
It's my first time, so
right.
I'll just.
We didn't even because they're very systematic,
Yes.
right? You got to have what they're doing, their job description every day to day, right? Most times they're really not going to come out and create something. You have to have a system for them.
Mm-hmm.
So we hired and we was like, we don't even know what she gonna do. Like what? All right, try this. And they like, anything for us to do today? We like, I don't know.
Right.
What's she gonna do today?
I don't know.
We wasn't set up for it. And we didn't really train her for it, So Ken interviewed, train, and so they come. It sounds so bad when I say this. They come ready to go. They come ready to work. They already know social media, how to do emails, how to do everything. They come ready to go. It's like
It's a game changer for us. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, if I would have known about VAs 7 years ago, I would have 10x my business 10 times over.
Oh, for sure.
10 times. And then literally, we now train a lot of our mentees now. Listen, if y'all want to scale, because some of my mentees be like, yo, coach, listen, I want to do 500 people. I want to do 1,000 people this year. We be like, okay, cool. Get yourself a VA.
Yes.
You're not going to be able to do that
Yes.
by yourself.
Yes.
Go ahead and go hire some VAs because you are not going to scale that fast by doing that many people by yourself. You're not going to do it.
Because they do the data entry. So the software company you use or our software company, they just have to pick up the IP address in the foreign country, and then now they track that IP address so that the security for the taxes just goes to the IP address. So if any other IP address pings, it'll shut down the software.
Correct.
For hours anyway, but most softwares are similar, or like that. The IRS mandates it. So you could do that as well. If you to scale and say I want to do more than 300, you hire a VA. They do your data entry. That's the most time-consuming part of the return. Putting in the name, the address, the phone number, all the W-2s. You as a tax professional just work the return.
Right.
You know what I mean? That takes, depending if you know your stuff, that can take you anywhere 10, 15 minutes. You know,
So basically
putting all
now
that
we
stuff is
can
a
do
time-consuming
more
part.
returns
Oh,
a whole lot faster now.
Yeah.
Y'all better be listening. Shit get real. Nah, that's super dope. So now y'all training to do the data entry. You got your personal one.
Oh my God, Joanne.
You have a personal one?
No, actually we use the same one. We share.
That's crazy. So what's some stuff that you shouldn't share with your VAs?
I don't know yet. We've kind of shared pretty much everything.
I give them my credit card.
Well, what I would say though is depending on your finances, it's kind of limited. So if you give them your financials and certain credit card or bank accounts or certain things like that, you can limit it, right? So for her to pay and do stuff for us, if she gets her own credit card, it's limited to $1,000 a month,
right?
$2,000 a month. You put a cap on it. You don't just like, here go my credit card with $20,000 limit on it. Now you are foolish. That's stupid. I wouldn't give nobody who's living in the United States that type of power. You know what I mean? So you definitely have to try people out. Even people you hire here, you got to give them baby steps because trust is built over time.
For sure.
So,
and they will take advantage. I've hired people. I've got robbed plenty times.
Yeah.
I had to learn that bar you just gave. The limit, the credit card limit. Oh God.
Yeah.
Shorty ran it up. I had my interior decorator. Oh my goodness. I gave her a credit card, gave her a car. You know, she was living in the building and something slammed on her Mercedes. I said, don't worry about it. Here, you take a, you know what cars I got. So she had it right around fire. She was riding around the I-8s and shit, handling business. She just, going crazy. She ran my car up stupid. I'm like, you supposed to be doing interior decoration. You over there eating at fucking Raw Sushi, eating and paying for all her gas. I was like, damn, I got your gas bill and everything too. Goddamn.
Yeah.
She's like, come on, man, you can write it off.
Yo. I mean, it was written off, but
you know what wants to be taken advantage of.
But yeah, so Shorty, she went crazy, man, and then had to fire her. I fired her so nicely too. She still was mad. Still stole from me at the end. Took all of the stuff that was still not placed in the apartments, and took it and said she was gonna return it. She clearly didn't return it. She kept it.
Wow.
And I didn't have the perks to this.
That is the other side. I mean, it's a learning process.
Yeah,
man.
it's a learning process.
I mean, high-level, successful entrepreneur, you're going to go through some shit.
Oh, yeah, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game. And you got to be up for it.
Up for it, yeah. Sometimes
you gotta embrace and be like, all right, this what happened today. All right, fuck.
And
sometimes,
sometimes people think just because you being successful, you ain't gonna go through no ups and downs. Shit. Trust me, being an entrepreneur, you're going to go through some fucking ups and downs.
And not even an entrepreneur,
high-level
frequency making money.
To
be able to perform at the top level of any industry, right? If you basketball, football, athlete, comedian, entrepreneur, if you top in that level, in that industry, you're performing at that level, it's so much more stress. So much more responsibility, that other people can't even imagine. I mean, our monthly overhead for employees, we have 10 families that we're responsible for. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Our payroll has to go through every week. We have to. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm a mom and pop situation. Shout out to all mom and pops who start out that way. But once you scale and you grow, it's a total different responsibility.
All them complaints, look, it's different when people will have every complaint when they can't show up for work, all this stuff, but you don't pay them on that Friday.
What?
You horrible.
That's
Worst
it.
boss in the world.
Exactly. You don't want that. You don't want those issues. So that's a part of the game. But also people got to keep in mind when they even talking about being an entrepreneur, getting into business in any way, understand what business equals. It equals peaks and valleys. People think that you're going to come through. And then your business is going to go this way.
And that's it.
Forever. Right. It's like, it's going to be a down season.
Yep.
It's going to be an up season. It's going to be down. It's going to be way up. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to roll with the punches and adjust and adapt for that.
How you get back up?
That's
How you
it.
rebound?
It's part of the game.
All right.
The world will just keep changing. The terms and conditions changing for everything. Like, you can't even ride Uber the same no more. Like y'all don't get them emails, Uber. Y'all get in Uber and they say terms and conditions just changed again. Check it out. You don't go read it. You just go get in there and they be like, get your ass out. Get your ass out of Uber. You can't do that. Yes, I can. You ain't read the terms and conditions, did you? But it's just that's how the world is. We adjust based on what's going on in the world, based on negative experiences, positive experience. We change our terms and conditions, and that's our right to do that as the business owners. So we got to know that. So businesses peaks and valleys. Y'all went through y'all peaks and valleys. Y'all found out about VAs. It changed the game for y'all a lot. I know y'all making a lot more money. Y'all been getting to the bags. So that's part of the game. Yeah. So this part of the podcast, I like to ask y'all to make me some money. So how can y'all make me some money this year in 2022? Give me some game.
Business side or tech side?
Both. Make me some money. I want to get some money in 2022. How can y'all make me some money?
Make you some money. What you think?
So to save you some money, this one, I got you. Which is make you money to save you some money.
Sure.
So entrepreneur, right? A lot of times we don't want to hire, right? We're like, I don't want to hire nobody because I don't want to, 1099 them, or I don't want to put them on W-2 because I don't want to pay, right? People don't want to pay. But if you W-2 your employees, right, or 1099, it has to be W-2 employees, you can save so much more money. You can check out a credit. It's called Work Opportunity. The government gives companies thousands of dollars for hiring minority workers, women, veterans. So if you ever worked at a job and they ask you, check a box, people be thinking it's racist, right? Because they ask you if you black, a veteran, right? They ask you all your demographics because you submit that to the IRS and you get a huge tax savings. And you get even more tax savings if it's in an empowerment zone or urban center. So sometimes people are like, I don't want a W-2 because they don't want to pay the tax on it. But it's minimal compared to what the government gives, right? You just have to have a minimum of 3 employees, right? And they fill out the form, right? Where their Work Opportunity saves you thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars.
Bars.
And if you have now, because everything is moving to energy efficient, right? Saving, right? Saving. So if you have a energy efficient home, if you improve, you got a Nest, if you added, what's those things on the roof? Solar panels. Yeah. If you did energy efficient windows, if you upgraded anything in your home that makes it energy efficient, you can also get a tax savings on that. Also, energy efficient cars, right? Tesla. I mean, my Range Rover is a hybrid and it's over 6,000 pounds. Tax savings. Tax savings. I'm telling you, you can save tons of money. Those are some credits that's not commonly used, but most people now have Teslas, right? And this new one's coming out every day. It's huge tax savings on benefits on any energy efficient. And sometimes states themselves, like California, New York, Georgia, not yet. We are a Republican state. We don't have any energy efficient state credits. But the government, absolutely.
And is that why you got your Roadster i8?
For what?
For any look,
Turn the
light on,
fluff.
No, but he didn't think with that hat when he bought it.
Hey, but look, it's
technically
it's a bonus now.
I had the i8 when they first came out. Like, listen, me and Drew was one of the first people in Atlanta that had the i8.
Okay.
And I'm just saying.
Humble brag.
In the whole state of Georgia.
I'm just saying. Well,
probably.
We was one of the first ones.
Probably.
So, but I love the i8 so much. You know what I mean? Energy efficient. Then I was just like, you know what, man? Let me go ahead and get it again. But I love the i8. I mean,
I like it. That's one of my favorite cars.
It is.
I like it. To me, better than the Lambo.
No, yeah, it is better to drive.
She don't like the Lambo because
rocks and it's too damn low for me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, people. If you talking to sports car guys.
Right.
Oh my, the i8's really not bad, man. I love that i8. It is fast.
Right.
Especially if you got the pure impulse.
Right.
It's quick. You know what I'm saying? Fast. It ain't gonna go up to 220.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but i8 it feels better to drive. It's more comfortable. It's more luxury in the inside to me than a Lambo, because a Lambo is a sports car. It's a race car.
Oh my God!
It ain't even.
Claustrophobic. I feel like nobody can see me. I don't even like driving it. I feel like someone's gonna hit me.
That's how the Lambo I got now is like my second one. I crashed my first one after a month.
He didn't make the first payment. You
I
need to
crashed it
make a
after a
payment.
month.
Oh, for real? That happened
Crashed
on one of my
after a month.
Lambos. That happened on my red Urus. Remember the red Urus I had? The
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
That one crashed first month.
I mean, this pole came out.
The pole came out.
The middle of the car to like stop.
Literally, it was
the car
just
from
like
spinning.
the
I didn't even know
front.
they had them.
Just
Oh
got
yeah,
hit.
that's hard.
It was just the front got hit, and they towed the whole joint out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he just did the Gooch. I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
buy that. Gooch, y'all know y'all can buy back y'all them cars.
Yeah.
Even if they total it out, you know, and it'll be salvaged. But for a player like me,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
even matter.
It can still make
give
money.
give me them slambos. So you know, you feel me? But me and
Slambos.
T made some money together. I sent you a W9.
I didn't get it yet, but you plan on.
No,
sending
W9 for last year. I sent you a
got
W9.
one.
it. Yeah. I got one. Yeah.
It's a lot of money. I'm pretty sure I
I
did.
mean, one weekend. I think what was it? That Super Bowl weekend.
Man, what? We
I
be
got
going crazy.
20 bands.
Easy.
20 bands easy.
Hey, look.
2 days.
That's
It'd be
the
like
play.
that.
That's what needs to happen. Anybody y'all need to send out y'all 1099s. It's a
Yeah.
tax write-off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
no,
can
hey.
know all their income.
Yeah.
Hey, them I be sending them out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got one for you because I would probably asked you already because my CPA on my ass. You know what I mean? They trying to finish everything up right now.
Yeah.
But,
I gotta do my own too, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So if I haven't, I'm missing one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's dope. We can make money together like that. But them Lambos, they do really good. And also, you know, the video photo shoot play is really, when it comes to the coupes,
Yeah.
I prefer it.
Right,
like my red one, I don't be really trying to rent it out like that to people because unless I know that they know how to whip them joints.
Right.
But, you know, the Wraith, get it out of here.
Yeah.
The Urus, get it out of here. Rent them joints all
Yeah.
day. But when them Huracan coupes, man, I be putting them things in video photo shoots, man. See you later. Give me some money. And you know what time it is. So like, but those that's different than the i8. The i8, man, it's smooth.
It's smooth.
It's like a.
quiet.
I can see. I don't like that. I can't.
Oh well, he got the spider
Spider the roast.
that drive.
Oh, yeah, I can't see out of that either.
Let me tell you how I gotta get in Huracan. I gotta drop the top because you know if y'all don't know the Huracan coupe is bigger than the Huracan spider in the
Right.
inside. So. You see did you pull up when you see mine
That's
downstairs?
it.
The real one?
Yeah.
So that one I can just get in there and enjoy my life.
Got more leg room.
Now, but with his, I gotta drop the top. I gotta get in there inside and stand right in front of the wheel and then drop down in there.
Yeah.
With the top down. Now, if
Right.
the top is not down, I cannot get
You
in.
can't
this
get in there.
car.
Yeah.
And then my knees be right
Right
next
there.
to me.
Yeah.
See, I like all that.
Nah, but you know, it's just for the spider. But you know, it is more player.
Yeah.
You want to drop the top
In the
when you got a
summertime.
Slambo, yo. You feel me? When you got the Slambo, you got to drop the Tizzle
The
top.
top is nice. I could go with. I like
Yeah, you gotta let them go topless.
Right. Topless.
That's you gotta call them Hurricanes New Orleans. Drop the top. But nah, man, bro. I mean, it's like I said, I want to just give y'all verbal praise right now. Both of y'all are literally like y'all inspiration for everybody. I hope y'all know that. People really look at y'all when we talk. I be talking about y'all all the time in different places when y'all not there.
Right.
That's when you know it's really powerful.
Right,
People
yeah.
speaking high of you in the rooms when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not even there. I'll be like, yeah, Farah don't be going crazy, bro. To be honest with you, I'm like, you don't know T been going crazy since forever, man. I remember before I even knew T, I seen like T on people pages and shit. Like when him his Lambo, he had his Lambo like the wrap on it with the money and shit on it.
My money.
I was like, yo, my boy going stupid. But nah, it's so dope. Like I've been seeing y'all do that for a long time.
Yeah.
And like, you know, y'all house is super big.
Right.
Like I seen my crib. I was looking at it. I was like, it's nice, but T and them houses was humongous. I gotta get another one. So y'all know when y'all know when I get my houses, I get them out the business bank statement loans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Damn, my house was a good investment. Y'all know how much money I'm making on my house?
How
I'm
much?
sure. And you got that modern.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's just where it is. It was just so when I walked in there, bro, I was like,
That joint's nice.
offer.
It's like a
Yeah.
Lambo. Modern
Yeah.
homes are like.
It's going to increase in value.
Yo,
That's just not the typical housing stock in Georgia, and so many people want the modern style home, and
Right.
you can't find them. They're like, as soon as they hit the market, they're gone.
oh, man, what I put that offer in
ASAP.
set.
Right.
I'm talking about I walked in there, I didn't even see nothing else. As soon as I walked in, the realtor lady, she was just like, hey, welcome. I was like, we want to put an offer in.
Mm-hmm.
Off gate. Then they showed me around. I was like, oh, this is nice. I want to put an offer in. I just said
Right.
again. But then she was cool because you know what? You know, let me tell y'all about personal brands. My personal brand got me that house.
Nice.
Because they looked at my Instagram and, oh my God, we like what you're doing. The owner seen it, he likes you. Da-da-da. Oh, I got it. Well, you don't say. Well, y'all don't mind if I do. Closed on that guy. But I was able to get it and it's just a great investment because I stay here. This is my
Right.
penthouse right here, so I stay.
Nice.
And then my house, it get rented on Airbnb, bro.
Yeah.
I'm doing $30 a month on the
Damn.
com.
Jeez.
Airbnb,
Jeez.
VRBO.
Nice.
It's out of there. It's gone, man.
Yeah.
That thing booked up, man. So let me tell y'all something. When your assets pay for your Lambos, are you really paying for your Lambo? That's what I'm saying. So it's a little bit different.
Right,
when
right.
You know, you can get real estate, and that thing is going to appreciate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You dig
Tell
what I'm
people all
saying?
that.
And I'm going to be able to just expand my portfolio at some point in time. So my next business, the reason I even brought it up, my next business, I'm going to get another house like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be bigger.
Yeah, and
It's going to be able to compete with y'all.
Right,
a
right.
little tiny bit. Not the backyard.
Like,
Not the
I
backyard.
mean, that's what we tell people. If you get an Airbnb space, buy the house. You know what I mean? So you don't gotta be answering to no one and like trying to, get
I
people
mean,
in
that's
and
the
all of that.
ultimate play,
Yeah.
right? Because Airbnb I get, and we used to do Airbnb years ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
we were, we had one at the Flamingo in Miami.
Oof.
We had one
At the Marquise.
at the Marquise
Right across
in
the street
Miami.
from the
I mean,
from the stadium,
Staples
a whole
Center.
bunch
The
of
Marquise
basketball
was
players in there.
gorgeous. It was
I mean,
gorgeous.
literally, when you get off the elevator, you open up right inside the living room.
Yeah.
Just like Power.
Yeah, it was
And
gorgeous.
I mean that joint.
Fire.
I mean the views was crazy.
Fire.
But it was just kind of hard getting people in and out and stuff like that or whatever.
Because
so-
you couldn't do it. It was
Yeah.
like they wouldn't let y'all do
Yeah.
it.
It was too nice. This was before anybody's courses or anything.
What?
The
Or
Marquise
anything.
did really good because it was like turnover in and out, and it was low end, right? It wasn't like the Marquise.
That's a cool thing about locations. It's not even about. I had a one bedroom here on Ponce.
Right, right.
It was a studio, real small, but it was the location. It was right next to that Urban Outfitters on Ponce,
Right.
and that up hipster
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
And but the neighborhood is nice, but it's on a older building. I was killing them.
Right.
Killing them
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that joint. And
Yeah.
the people think you got to have a super extravagant.
Yeah.
When people think Airbnb, they automatically think extravagant.
Yeah.
But you can hit them with the little tiny
Simple.
shit
Yeah.
and
There's that
bust
You make
they
money.
ass.
was
Yeah.
like stable.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
you'll bust they ass. But this is what I want to say, speaking of courses, because you brought that up. Y'all have a course, right? Y'all teach people what y'all
Right.
do. They're not just lit. They teach people how to get lit.
Right.
And it's a lot of stuff that we all do, right? Like me, I make a lot of money in different ways.
Right.
But teaching people is my favorite because it's the best job ever. I literally inspire people. I teach them to believe in themselves, teach them to fix their credit, teach them how to make money, and then teach their families how to do it. I don't think it's a better job.
Yeah.
So people like, oh man, people feel a way about people who teach people how to do it. And it's so crazy to me. I'd be like, y'all would rather go spend money at McDonald's and then be hungry and go spend money with them again.
Right.
And then get hungry again and spend money with them again. But you spend money with me one time and you can make money forever.
Right.
Ain't no better job
Right.
than that. That's for
Right.
me. So y'all teach people what y'all do.
We do it. Also, too, I stumbled over doing taxes, too. Most people don't know that, too. So it wasn't like I was just like, oh, you know what? I want to do taxes. Literally, trying to think how far along we going to go with the story. So,
Let's just start with the courses.
no.
You didn't go that far back.
No, I'm not going far back. I'm
It
just
was a
gonna
good
tell
story. About how he
No.
learned. You learned. I know this story.
Right. So basically, I mean, long story short,
Oh, Lord.
what? I'm just really?
Yo,
I'm trying to mess up my story.
okay. Hit him with the story and the punchline, and then I want to make sure they know like the value of learning
Right,
from
so
y'all.
read a story. It
Like-
can go long. Like,
No, I'm not gonna go long, but basically I'm just gonna just jump right to it. So I stumbled over it. So really, I used to work for a mortgage company, and the person I had someone there doing my taxes, and so after some time she's doing my taxes, she was like, you know what, man, I'm about to start my own tax business, and I was just like, all right. So she was just like, you know what, T, I want you to come work for me. So I was like, listen. At that time, I was making about $50,000, $60,000 a year. So I was like, listen. I'm not going to leave this full-time job that I'm working, but I'll do it part-time, So and that's what I did. So I used to do it on nights. So I used to work 9 to 5, from 5:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning. I was basically doing taxes on the weekends, doing taxes, and also I was going to school getting my master's degree. You know what I mean? So and my first year, I did all right, whatever with her, and think whatever we made it, whatever it was, I made a couple of dollars, but I was consistent at it, you know what I mean? So and I was like, okay, cool. Went back the second year, got more clients. Went back the third year, got some more clients, and then I was just like, and I started growing. So the point of this is telling people is like, stay consistent. Sometimes people think that you're going to be successful overnight. Like you think like your first year in whatever business that you're doing. This could be whatever business that you're doing. But stay consistent at whatever it is that you want to be successful at. Stay consistent, and it takes time to be successful. So and after year, I kept on at it, whatever, and you start making more and more money. So I just tell people, man, just stay consistent at whatever you're trying to do. out of life or whatever.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I just jump right to it.
And consistent. So basically, I want to follow.
No, I just want to just tell.
Wait, I want to follow with that.
You know
It was a good point in there.
Yeah, just a
that they need to
little
know.
overview.
It was. I'm proud.
Because sometimes people think they see you, they think like, oh man, you always been getting it.
That's
No.
true.
Like,
and what did you do
was,
before y'all did taxes? Because
Yeah.
y'all been doing it for 10 and 12 years. What did you do before that?
I mean,
You always been getting money?
it's like no.
Nah, niggas do act like that. That's
Fluff,
crazy.
turn the light on.
Yeah.
Fluff.
All right, so Farah, what you did
Let's
before?
talk about the real, about your bank accounts. Come on now, girl.
Listen, I
All
can
right.
tell my own story. Thank you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's go ahead and cut it short, man.
Okay.
Cut it short. What happened?
So my degree is in fashion merchandising.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work at Burlington Coat Factory as an allocator, and then I became a buyer.
Okay.
Then fast forward, I moved down here after 2008. The market crashed, and they was laying off people. Came down here, started working at Nordstrom as a stylist. Then I moved to Wells Fargo. Was there for 2 years as a business banker, drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm Miss Wells Fargo. I'm signing up everybody. I'm opening up the accounts. This man had like every credit card, line of credit, because Wells Fargo was high intense, like numbers. Like no game. If you ain't come every day with 2 and 10, you was fired.
Ooh.
That was 2 accounts, 10 solutions. That's what it was. And if not, bye, see you later. So what happened was I started to really understand the credit game, how to leverage credit. So at the time, I always had good credit. I always struggled here and there with credit and maintaining my finances. And so I was like, you need to listen. It's working for these other people up here because I was in Shaliford and Sandy Plains. Nothing but the Wahidi tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Wahidi. Fire! Wahidi tribe.
So, so that's where I was. And so I'm like, listen, I'm up here helping them. I'm getting them lines of credit, loans, because I'm a business banker. I'm like, this is crazy. So I was like, you got to try this. Unsecured line of credit, his first one, $20,000, boom. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Really did. And this was like years ago before we really could understand credit. Next one, line of credit. He had a relationship there. He had several accounts because I had to do about 2 and 10. So that's why I was working. After a while, 2 years in, he's like, yo, I think you should do taxes too. So he's like, come on, let's try it. Let's work it out. And he's like, I was like, okay, I kind of like it. I was doing it on the side. Make a $25 a return. Per return plus my side job. So like you said, when you first go in, you're not making a whole lot of money. Plus you got to test it out. You got to, you don't know what's going on, right? So I'm like, all right, dang, I'm driving all the way from Jonesboro to Shaliford and Sandy Plains. That's far. Anybody know that distance is like probably 40 miles. I'm making $25 a return plus this banking job. I'm probably making like $13 an hour, $14 an hour as a banker. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. But all right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing this thing. The first year, I probably did like maybe 25 clients. Okay. And then the second year, the lady was like, I'll give you $50 a return if you add a Schedule C on. So I'm like, all right. I got to learn the Schedule C business game. I could do $50 a return. So it just took time to build and grow. And I was like, okay, this is a thing here. I think something has happened because every year it kept building. More people. It's like a tree. It's like more branches kept sprouting out. People would tell people and tell people. So it's
got crazy.
Real crazy. So it turned into such a great thing, but it didn't start off like this. And, I think just having an open mindset and being really fluid, right, and being consistent, like you said, really helps you overcome, and just stay consistent because it's not always going to come at first.
Right.
Facts.
Not at all.
Yeah, I see that. So it doesn't matter the industry. That consistency piece. So consistency and focusing on one thing is going to lead to experience. Experience is going to lead to confidence. Confidence and consistency and experience is going to lead to clientele and referrals. And then dependency, they're going to know that you're there. So a lot of people start a business in 1 month, think everybody going to depend on them. It won't. It takes a long time for them to know you're going to be there when they actually need you. So all that comes with it, and that's how you get to the real bag. So I appreciate y'all sharing y'all beginning stories because they need to know that. Because a lot of people just see, they gonna see this, and I'm gonna pipe up the whole intro. I'm gonna have y'all sliding out in Lambos. I'm like, this T, look at Farah. Oh my God, yo. But no, they need to see that beginning part because they don't understand that it starts somewhere. If you don't never start, you're never gonna get there. But y'all have a course, y'all have a tax software, y'all help people start their own tax businesses. I want y'all to end it, tell them everything about that, and then we're gonna end the show with that.
So basically, I mean, we teach people everything on how to start and grow a successful tax business. So we've been in business for 12 years for me, 10 years for Farah. So we've been through the ups and downs. So really, our goal and our focus is so you don't have to go through the downs. You know what I mean? So we already went through that already for you. So we want to teach you all of the right things to do in terms of opening and starting to grow a successful tax business.
Fire.
So literally from beginning to end. I mean, we teaching you everything.
And it's not just theory, right?
Right.
And when you get our course, we actually go into the software,
Yes,
right?
mhm.
Most people don't do that. They
Right.
tell you what stuff is, but
Fluff.
we actually fluff. We actually open up the software,
Yep.
show you, give you an example. This is a W-2. This is how you put it in.
Mhm.
This is a Schedule C. This is what Schedule C means. This is what an S corp is. This is what an LLC is. This is the advantage of filing an S corp versus an LLC. Like we
Right.
teach you basic business concepts to help you understand why you're doing what you're doing, and we open up our software so you can see how the numbers work, right? Because a lot of times people just talk theory, and you know a whole lot of stuff and don't know how to apply it, right? Some people who get their driver's permit but they can't drive. So we teach you, we give you the permit, and we show you how to drive.
But not only that, we
Ooh.
teach you about marketing,
Yeah.
hiring your first employee, finding niche markets.
Yeah.
I mean, what
But you
else
don't
is-
have to be the
Correct.
taxes is huge, right?
Right.
So sometimes we break down people how you can find niche markets.
Niche
I'm just
markets.
gonna do truckers.
That's
Right.
important.
The trucking industry is huge.
Yeah.
There's so many people get into the trucking industry.
Yeah.
So you could be that niche person that just
Correct.
handles truckers.
Right.
Hey, well, I could just do, veterans, or I
Yeah.
could do, self-employed people, or
Mhm.
gig workers, or
Yeah.
I could do, you know what I mean? You don't have to feel like I have to do all
Everything.
things. Well, I'm gonna just do, corporate returns, just
Mhm.
S corps and C corps and
Mhm.
1065 and partnerships. You don't have to do everything, right? Or so some people get really kind of intimidated by the tax industry because it is a lot,
Right.
right? But you can narrow down your focus
To
and
one
you
niche
can
market.
partner with someone.
Mhm.
A lot of times people want to do everything.
Mhm.
If you good at, truckers and I'm good at corporate, we could do it together,
Right.
right? Let's combine our strengths and be a powerhouse. We're stronger together.
Absolutely.
Right? We can pull our resources together and do something more dynamic than you over here and I'm over here and we competing.
And then also too, let's say if you're not even cool in that market, you can also hire a referral person that's good in that market. So if you know, hey, listen, I'm cool with truckers, but I struggle with
Marketing.
I struggle with low
Marketing.
income people. I can hire that big mouth person down the block, that poo poo in them, be able to be your mouthpiece in the street and be able to send all the clients over
Yeah.
to you. You know what I mean? Then now you give poo poo a little referral fee, and then now he's good. Everyone's happy. So you don't have to know every single market. You can hire referrals in all those different markets. That's going to be your mouthpiece too.
Oh,
And-
spice.
And that's how we grew so fast
Yeah, we
because
did.
we made sure everyone was happy, they were satisfied, and also too we was educating our clients too at the same time too. So
and we
once
quote it. We
yeah.
teach you
The
you
art
how to
of
master quoting,
Yeah.
which is a big thing because
Yeah.
people always want to know how much am I getting back and how much you charge.
Yep.
And if you can't come up with a quote, when
Yeah.
people say, "All right, I got 3 kids, I make $20,000," and you're like, "Okay, well you got to send me your stuff. I got to figure that
You're
out."
gonna lose the person.
You're gonna lose the person.
Yeah.
But if I know and I'm teaching you, hey, at $20,000, right? When we in the tax world, it's called perfect income. They consider low income,
Yeah.
right? With 3 kids, I know it's $3,600 for child tax credit, $369 off the bat. I know I can get you $9,000,
Right off the bat.
right? So if you can quote fast,
Mhm.
you know what I mean.
You
The
better
client,
close fast.
you have it close fast, and the client goes, "Oh, they didn't really know their stuff. They just did it off the top of their head." Now, of course, you need all the other stuff,
Right.
but you at least got them interested and intrigued into you. Like, okay, I'm gonna send them my stuff. Versus, well, I'm not sure if you can send me your stuff. Send me all your paperwork.
I can look at it and take a
can
look.
look at it
with
and
That's
see.
strong.
person.
That's
You
strong.
done lost them. It's
That's
done.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, look. So I'm gonna let her in with that one because that was a heavy bar. So that was probably gonna be a sales tactic that most people don't even use, knowing how to quote it
They
quickly.
get all that stuff.
I mean, literally, we have mentees that been in the tax industry for years, and they was like, man, y'all really teaching me some stuff that I never learned before at all, and they've been in the industry longer than us.
Facts.
And I was just like, so we went through some stuff.
Sales and marketing.
Yeah, sales and marketing.
I don't care what industry you're in. If you
Yeah.
can't sell and close the deal and you can't market,
Yeah,
it's done.
It's lit.
well, we teaching you all of that inside of the course.
Tax Dragon Pros.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Tax Dragon Pros in the building. You know what time it is. We got Farah and the GOAT, Mr. T. If you don't know, not the chains, man, but he got chains too. So y'all got a course,
Yep.
and y'all got people that's watching this podcast, and they're gonna want to get the No Fluff discount. Y'all gonna give a discount code?
Of
We
course.
got you, man. We got you.
That's
Yeah.
all we needed to say.
We're giving you the official Pushmanmitch no fluff discount.
Yeah.
Ooh, so the No Fluff code, we're just gonna make it No Fluff. Can y'all make it say No Fluff
No
for the,
fluff.
for the
We got
code?
you.
It's lit. All right, cool. So this your boy Pushmanmitch. I got the Tax Dragon Pros in the building. Big Farah, Big T. It's over with. No fluff. We just went crazy. You know what it is.